gonna do onion skillet curry. Basically, what we do is you're gonna basically for this dish is we try to find the largest onion that we can find, and we take the bottom off.
Is that a sweet onion or just a regular yellow onion?
I think it's a yellow onion.
Okay.
You can use sweet, you can use sour, you can use yellow, red too. Just get a real big one. What you want to do is take the bottom off, take the top off, like so. Keep the skin intact, and then take it to the oven and let it roast for like 20 minutes at 550 degrees. So you want to burn it.
That would do it.
So it comes out like this. So it comes out like this.
550 or 450?
550 as high as your stove can go. Or your oven, sorry. So does anybody know what that is? Yeah, it's all sugar. It's all sugar.
My aunt would call it pot liquor.
If you wanted to, you would take some water. You could take water, put some water in here, get this thing diluted again, and it's going to turn to a nice brown. You can use it for your soup or your stocks, or just pour it in there. It's got so much flavor on there. So this is what we're going to do now is to cook, and I just had it sitting there. We're going to take the center out, or try to take the center out, and I hope this works. So I want to hollow the cavity. One more. Usually, when you take it out of the oven, like right away, this thing will be like smoking hot, but it's been sitting for a while, so it's cooler. Okay, that's kind of like what I want. That's what I'm looking for. That's kind of like what I'm looking for. Okay, onions. Those of us who have respiratory problems.
I think people should maybe hold on to
Those of us who have respiratory problems, you should be getting onions in your diet. And you could actually just take a peel of
Ask them
onion
to hold on
like
to
this
their
and leave it in
forks.
the room. And clean out the air.
Too late.
And it'll actually absorb all the gases in your room. But after you do that, yeah, don't eat the onion. Throw it away. Another way to use the onion is to shave it super fine. Like super fine. So you can get a glass of it, put it in a glass of water, put it in a glass of water, let it sit for 20 minutes, then take the onions out, and drink. It's actually not as bad as you think. It opens up the lungs, like emphysema, bronchitis. It just opens up the lungs. It's not as bad as you think. It's not as bad. About 20 minutes. It would. Another thing for that is the tea. You got to do the herb tea. Because my dad had the same thing, and this is kind of like how I convinced him about going vegan. Is do a tea with thyme, oregano, and parsley. Just get some fresh stuff, get it growing in your yard, and a little bit of rosemary. Not too much rosemary. So thyme, oregano,
Parsley.
parsley. Just pick up these strands, make a tea with it, and then strain it and then drink that. That opens up the lungs.
Fresh,
How fresh?
say fresh rosemary, did you say just a little?
Just a little bit of fresh rosemary. And those people that want to like stay up a lot, take some fresh rosemary, take a lot of it if you want to stay up. Make a tea with that. That's like liquid cocaine. I used to make that for the girls at the hotel that came in for the night audit and they needed to stay up. They're like, hey, make me that stuff again. So I tea for them and strain it and they'd be like, we'll be ready. Okay, so to this we're going to add something. Oh, another thing about onions, we all need to know, especially coming close to this time in the world's history of medical crisis and stuff, is onions are very well to like stop blood, bleeding, like even vicious bleedings. You just take the onion and cover the spot and it stops it immediately. I know even cayenne pepper works as well, but onion works just as well too. It doesn't even burn. It doesn't even burn. Yeah, I don't even get that.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did for my mom and her finger, and I noticed that she had been in the kitchen. So I said, "Did you go check my mom?" And she goes, "I cut my finger." So I said, "Okay, let me go get an remedy." I said, "This is gonna burn," and she went, and it was burning. So it stopped bleeding.
Yeah.
Cool.
And what was that?
Cayenne.
Cayenne pepper.
Oh, cayenne.
Oh, the cayenne. Yeah, I never used the cayenne. I only use the onion.
I used 80 minutes.
So for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to keep it small. I'm not going to make a big batch and get it back there. So I'm just going to try to cut all my vegetables and get it in. So I'm going to use some onion, some celery, celery is high in magnesium. For those people with sore aching muscles, magnesium, some red bell pepper, some vitamin C, some broccoli, broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables are high in cancer-fighting phytochemicals. Broccoli, some mushrooms,
Oh, with the pork we eat. With that big totally. Yes.
so this I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to this. Maybe I won't add any oil to this. And I did a radio talk show. I tell this every time I do this dish, but I did a radio talk show with Julian Whitaker. And during our talk show, he mentioned to me, he asked me if I realized that there's no Alzheimer's in India. I was like, no, I didn't realize that. And he said it's probably because of the turmeric and the cumin that they eat. And this here I have cumin, I have garlic, I have curry powder, I have paprika, I have turmeric, nutmeg, cinnamon, onion powder, and ginger. And all of these in itself is a potent mixture of healing for itself. So I encourage you to like look into it, especially this guy right here. Turmeric, antifungal, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer. So we use it for pain sometimes. For pain, what we would do is we take some turmeric pills, capsules. We take the vitamin C with the blast, the niacin with the blast. You need one with the blast. It has the, you can buy niacin with the blast and the no blast. So you want the one with the blast and the stinging nettle. You take those three together and it just flushes. When you take those three, the niacin flushes and opens up all the blood vessels. And the turmeric goes in right behind it. So we use it sometimes for back pains and whatever whatnots we have. They're not anti-cancer. That's what we use. The turmeric is what we use to like take away pain. Anti-inflammatory. So that's the singing nettle. Just be careful, like with the, if you're not used to it, the niacin flush thing, your whole body will just like turn into a lobster. It's just an interesting sensation. It's too much, it's hard. It's really interesting. And it's really hard.
Is the stinging nettle with the blast too?
No.
Oh, just the
niacin.
Niacin.
Right, it has the blast or the niacin. So basically, curry is basically turmeric, paprika, and cumin. That's basically what curry is. But I like to add a little bit more stuff to mine. So I'm going to just kind of walk you through it. This is, again, cumin, paprika, and this is regular curry powder. This is how I measure it. So this is, I use these three as my base here. So this is like one measure of each one. So the next one that I go, I'm going to go half. So it's going to be garlic powder. It just says curry powder. I was going to just do curry powder, but I was like, yeah, let's do this one instead. And that's the one you had just eaten. Just onion powder. So in half of that, and then I'm going to go a quarter of the first one on the ginger, the nutmeg, and the cinnamon. And it just depends where your taste is and how you like it spiced. So that's kind of like what my palate looks like. Beautiful. So then we'll just add it to this guy. And then to this I'll add like tomato juice. If you want to do your own scratch tomato juice, you can go for it. Just get a juicer and just get some tomatoes and get it in there. Juice it down. Then to this, we're going to add some milk.
Oh, good baby.
to this, if you want to make it even more hotter, you can add like carrots and potatoes and cauliflowers and whatever you want to do. But this goes pretty fast. So I just ground up the vegetables, added in the seasoning, went in with my tomato, juice, added some some coconut milk. Then I'm going to put some mango chutney in it. Mango chutney is it's kind of like a pickle. It's got a little bit of vinegar, some sugar, and mangoes.
So is vinegar good for you or bad for you? I've heard two different.
Depends what kind of vinegar and depends how much.
Can you tell me?
I would stay away from the white distilled vinegar. I'm not opposed to using ACV if I needed to. Apple cider vinegar, we use the rags.
What about some people use vinegar for cleaning their house?
Or the white. Also good for
Weed removal.
weed removal.
Yeah.
Never heard that one. How does that one work?
So you, 2 gallons of white distilled vinegar and 2 cups of Epsom salt, and I think it's a 1/4 cup of the Blue Dawn liquid, dish liquid, and then you mix it up in a sprayer thing and just spray the weeds.
No way, that's Roundup.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just use straight vinegar.
Really, it works?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's way cool.
For the garden. Yeah, we pour it on.
And then to this, we probably would add some salt. So did you guys have the curry already? So that's about it right here. That's what I'll do. So then we come back to the top of the onion. I usually get
Bless you.
usually get like a chopstick. I had a pen. Wait. I'm trying to think of the middle. That might work. You don't have to do this. This is just for presentation. And you can also take this onion meat here. This is all caramelized. And pop that right back in. Wow, that thing is so smooth. And then I'll take some green onions. So I'll take some green onions like so. Then I'll have my green here.
This is how you serve your own.
This is how I do it. I have it before. So this would serve like one person. And you basically do everything except for the wrapper on the outside. Like that. Normally I would like throw it on a white sauce or something. Like so. So when it's served, you just pop the top and then you kind of...
You gotta have a sprouted onion though.
Yeah. You can get anything you want in there, bell peppers or whatever you want to do. Well, that concludes my portion of it and our portion of it, and I hope you guys were either inspired or got different ideas. And just hope that you would challenge yourself to go to the next step, wherever you are in diet. I mean, for me, I've been doing a lot of fast. I did water fast, I did juice fast. I don't have a problem with food, with eating food. My problem isn't food. I actually I would rather drink my food. I don't like taking the time to sit down and eat food. Unless somebody else cooks it for me, then I will. So I don't have a problem abstaining from any kind of food and not having, or, I don't really mind not having, other people say we kind of have bread, we kind of have corn. It's just, let's move on, let's do the next thing. So for me, I think I want to incorporate more raw into my life because that was the one place that I never really went to before, is eating more raw. I'm talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, raw. And like everybody says, just try it for a short amount of time and see how you feel. Just do the next thing and just try to get better diets. Better diets give us better digestion, better everything, better mind, better fitness, and we can make better decisions and so on and so on. And this kind of eating is health prevention too. I don't think anybody here is just dying to get in line to get sick. Look at kids, look at animals and friends and family members that are sick, and we just wish that we could help them and we can't sometimes, And this is part of the prevention of getting there, is taking care of our whole well-being by choosing plant-based foods. Again, I hope you're all inspired at least.
Thank you.
Try. Thanks for having us. Thanks for coming.
Okay, sir. Did you guys learn something?
Yes.
If you can just incorporate one or two of these things in your daily life, once a week, it would be, and now you have this knowledge and you can pass it on to someone else that you know. And that's really what it's about, just sharing what you know and doing your own research, digging in, searching, finding out what health-wise you can do for yourself. And a lot of it is inexpensive, cheap, water, power, all these things, onions, they're not that expensive. So just in closing, I want to thank you again for coming. And if you haven't already put your email on our list, be sure to put your email on there so we can contact you for further classes. We do have some free literature here that is offered for you guys. Over at the green table, there's books. Of course, the cookbooks that Chef Brian Igarta and his wife Crystal have put together, and some other items as well. I would encourage you to go ahead and look at them, talk to them some more, and we'll have at least half an hour just to kind of wrap up, and so you have time to ask them questions. Thank you again for coming.